Hey everyone, Dave Rozek here. Just touching base. I had a couple friends call me, said it was a long month and a little brutal on vehicle acquisition, vehicle brutal on getting inventory, but some of you have inventory on the new cars. And the normalization, kind of like Jim Ziegler states and Sean Welsh, is happening. So a lot of dealers are starting to have cars again. And that being said, people are getting a little aggressive. The MSRP and jamming whatever type of package you want to put on the car into people is becoming a thing of the past. At the same time, I mean, based on scarcity, customers are still taking it. Whether or not it's right or not, that's a whole different story. I think full transparency, many dealers do it right, and there's a lot of dealers that don't. And what's going to happen is sooner or later, the FTC is going to be knocking on your door. So just do things right, treat people right. And again, my car people, it's been a long month. Monday, you're going to close out. You're still going to be making deliveries. You're still going to be, putting people at the, getting deals in for the end of the month. On Monday, it's going to be a crazy day as always. But we're used to that. We're used to going from hero to zero real quick. So that being said, it's time to take out a pencil to your marketing expense. And for the past 3 days, I've talked to probably 20 different GMs and marketing directors, owners of dealerships. And it seems like the general consensus is, hey, we've been spending all this money. Maybe we don't need all these vendor partners. Maybe we need to cut our spend. But it's really not the attitude to take right now. And here's why. The money you spend in May are dollars and cents that target customers the whole summer. And spring and going into the summer is a very pivotal time when we can all sell a lot of cars and hit the ball out of the ballpark. We can service a lot of vehicles and get people ready for summer and vacation and whatever else the case. And many of those people need new cars or pre-owned cars. We got to get those people in for service, because if you get them in for service, obviously service pays the bills. But that being said, though, there's a lot of those people that A, could sell you that car, B, can trade out of that car. So if you're sitting there going, I'm not making money, I'm not getting cars, that's your fault. You're not getting people in the service lane. Get people's asses in the service lane, pick up their cars, drop them in there, get on a video with them, going over the vehicle, what it needs to be get done to it. And when they say, hey, they don't want it, then give them an offer on their vehicle to trade them out, upgrade them, give them the VIP exchange program, whatever you want to call it something. But your acquisition team needs to be in the lane. They need to be separately dressed. They need to be clearly identified. They need to be talking to people, and they need to be compensated. So if you're not paying them, you're going to get those results. If you're not paying the service writer, you're also going to get shitty results. So again, there needs to be a balance, because that service writer was going to write them up in the lane for a repair, right? That's how they get paid. So the service writer that turns that over and creates that communication is the bond. It's that TO. That service manager is that TO. I don't know how many times people are like, hey, how are you able to sell 30 plus cars a month? Well, it sure wasn't because I was out there taking every up. It was definitely because I had a lot of people referring business to me and a lot of customers that trusted me. I was the bone king, and I'm not afraid to say it. I had owners that would hand me deals all the time because they trusted me. But at the same time, I was the go-to person for every service writer and every service manager. And I was in that service lane at 7:30 in the morning with them, grinding it out, visiting everybody in the customer lounge, bringing donuts and coffee. So, you're saying you're weak in acquisition. Well, you're not using the right portals for that. So increase service. Vehicle acquisition is there. Also, vehicle acquisition needs to be part of your YouTube strategy. It needs to be part of your social strategy. It needs to be part of, your scheduling service strategy, your service BDC. When somebody's scheduled an appointment, during the appointment and the confirmation, you need to ask them, hey, while you're here, can we give you a free valuation on your vehicle and discuss some options with you? They may say no, but you know what? You don't get it unless you ask. And if they do come in and they do say yes, I don't know, pay the service BDC person $15 or something. How much does it cost you to go to the auction and pay all those fees? Okay. Wouldn't it be better just to, open the door to it right up front? when you're making the service appointment. Great idea. Oh, where are most of those appointments made at? In fact, where are most of your appointments made at, right? Your website. Maybe it's X time. But a lot of times it's the chat people that we hire. So if you have a managed chat service, something like Gubagoo, just make it part of their doctrine when they're scheduling the appointment, when they're walking people through the form. I mean, I've had live plays with them, and they will walk people and schedule them for you through the service and fill out everything with X time for that customer. Now, even if they don't do that, that doesn't mean that they're not part of your vehicle acquisition program. They're also part of your immediate sales program. Many times, whether it's a BDC person, whether it's a product like your chat provider, they're talking to people to bring them in. But maybe the chat person or the AI that's handling the conversation isn't getting all the answers right. And that's why on every client advisor and every manager's desk should be a widget that's popped up and it's showing the live conversation. And at any time, you have 15 or 20 people and eyes looking at it that can just jump in the conversation. I would make it a thing to where every salesperson wants to grab that lead, because I have a son just turned 20 years of age last year, been in the car business for a year. And yeah, he can hawk the lot. Yeah, he is great with product knowledge. Yeah, he's a little Boy Scout. Yeah, he's a problem solver. But when he sells cars, one of the main differences, he pays attention to that chat conversation and schedules appointments. Pay attention to that. Again, let's circle back around. Advertising. You need to focus on your pay-per-click. You need to focus on your pay-per-click weekly. You need to start out with a base spend and say, okay, this month I want to projectedly spend $12,000, whatever it is, on pay-per-click, right? So you got that going on. But realistically, start out the month, the first 10 days, set up a base of maybe $4,000. Pick a couple models on new that you want to push. Make sure you pay attention to your certified. Okay, that's one part of pay-per-click. Social is another big part in your AI ads for your inventory retargeting ads. Your service ads, spend $300 on service. Take your 6 specials that are on your website or more, give them to your pay-per-click provider who's handling your Facebook. Spend $50 an ad for 30 days. When you get service ads, the service manager should be giving you at least 6 offers. And those 6 offers, make sure they're good for 90 days. You want to build traction to your campaign. Also, your SEO people need to be matching that. Many times we have the same SEO people as our pay-per-click people. Not always the best idea, but they need to be communicating. They need to be on the same page with listing those same organic specials on your Google My Business page, as well as your organic Facebook offers. When your Facebook offers get boosted, they also get pushed to Instagram. Again, give it to the professionals to handle this, because you don't know what you're doing most likely. The other part of this plan is vehicle listing ads. Vehicle listing ads is something that I noticed in talking to all these GMs that just about everybody has. Now, when this product came out, was betaed, some of the people like Carfax, whoever, were running these ads, and dealers were. So we ran this, was pretty cost effective, and it's still cost effective because it's based on local traffic within 5-mile increments of who has the vehicle that you're searching for, right? The problem that I noticed, and some inconsistency, and even talking with Google with this, is that on these vehicle listing ads, which to me are one of the best things you could ever have, because they're images at the top of the search and people click on images, right? All that text below it, below the line, I would say that 70% of the people, if they type in what they're looking for, they're not even reading any of that context. That's why Cars.com, Auto Trader, Car Gurus, Carfax, whoever it is all competing against you on vehicle listing ads now. For the longest time, a lot of those big 3 or big 4 were not in the game, but now they're all there. And guess what? Your inventory, if you're listing with them, is probably there. So is your ads. So let's say in that ad, there's 20 different vehicles. Let's say it's Cadillac Escalades. Let's say I type in Cadillac Escalades in Barrington. Okay, for example. Those Cadillac Escalades are there. There's 20 of them that are within, that radius of that zip code from where your search browser is at. So you have all these cars listed. That same Escalade may be up there on Cars.com. That same Escalade could be up there from Auto Trader, could be up there from Car Gurus, and then your website. But let's say there's 15 to 20 spots. It's kind of like a spotlight, right? I mean, spotlights on Auto Trader are the Google AdWords of Auto Trader. So that being said, out of 15 choices, let's say your car comes up 4 times. That's amazing. You're cornering the market. You're giving them, they're constantly seeing it. Hopefully, customer clicks on it. They get to your page. Now, remember I talked about that spend you're having right now in pay-per-click and that it's good for 3 to 4 months. Now is when your retargeting pixels pick up. They came to your website. They got linked to it. They're getting retargeted by your Facebook pixel, by your YouTube pre-roll ads, by your Google ads, and any other vendor provider that has some type of pixel on there that's targeting them to bring you additional traffic. There's this wonderful technology going to work for you. And what does it do? It increases VDPs and time on site. So it's not rocket science. For a decade, people said VDP views. Well, you need to spend a little bit of money to earn a little bit of money. And this is the time not to cut your budget. This is the time to pay attention to what's important. Vehicle listing ads are important, but everything equals a little bit of everything. And you need to pay attention to your SEO and you need to pay attention to your reviews. I've been talking to everybody about this review product that I helped develop and create with a vendor partner. Great product. Right now, you can have it for $300 and it'll help you remove a bunch of your negative reviews or fraudulent reviews, whatever the case may be. It's pretty simple. If you're interested in it, DM me. And again, if you need advice on your marketing, free of charge, I'll go over it with you and we'll talk about it and come up with a game plan. Many owners and GMs, you guys are smart people. You got a lot on your hands, though. You're getting pulled every direction. A lot of this advertising and stuff, we make a lot of these choices because of our relationships, and I get it. But I've vetted out these people for years. I've vetted out my best friends, and I've tried so many different products over the last 30 plus years, and especially the last 10 on the marketing. And you just trust people way too much. I just helped a buddy of mine save about $30,000 to $40,000 a month. And he was doing business with friends. And I get it. And some of those friends are my friends too. But that doesn't mean you should be charging somebody $10,000 on vehicle listing ads when in reality, you're selling 100 cars a month. You got 150 cars on your lot, 200 cars on your lot. You're turning everything pretty well. $10,000 on vehicle listing ads, $15,000 on Facebook, $30,000 on pay-per-click. This shit needs to be trimmed up. Don't get taken. That's all I'm saying. Be smart. If you need another opinion, contact me. I don't have any skin in the game. I don't really give a crap who I offend, but get a hold of me because you need to save your money. And right now, every advertising dollar you spend with your vendor partners goes towards bringing them back over the next 90 to 120 days. All right. Thank you. And this has been a real damn long video.